Chosen one, stop and listen. This moment is not random, it is not coincidence. You didn't arrive here by chance. Heaven placed this before your eyes. You have felt it. The air shifting when no one else notices. The silence speaking words only your spirit can hear. The unseen pressing on your skin, whispering truths that others dismiss. You are walking in realms the natural eye cannot grasp. And while others call it strange or even madness, I tell you, it is divine confirmation. It is proof that your spirit is awake. You have wondered, why do I feel storms before they arrive? Why do I sense the motives of people, even when they smile? Why do I carry burdens no one else seems to see? Because you are a gatekeeper, standing between the seen and the unseen. In this message, I will show you why heaven trusted you with this sight, why your wilderness was never punishment, but preparation, why the fire you walked through was not destruction, but refinement, and why the vision you carry is not insanity, but inheritance. But listen closely. The last revelation I will share is the one most overlooked, the missing key that explains your battles, your isolation, and your anointing. Stay until the end, for what you receive will shift how you walk from this day forward. If your spirit knows this word is for you, act in faith. Like this video now, subscribe, so you never miss a divine confirmation again. And type 1111 in the comments as a declaration that you are aligned and awake. The unveiling has begun. Are you ready to step deeper into what only you can see? Chosen one, hear me. You sense storms before the first cloud appears. You feel pressure in the air, tension in the spirit, long before thunder breaks. Do you've questioned yourself? Am I just too sensitive? Am I imagining this? But no, it is not imagination. It is divine discernment. It is the Spirit teaching you to hear the sound of rain before a drop ever falls. Elijah said to Ahab, "Go up, eat and drink, for there is the sound of abundance of rain." 1 Kings 18:41. But the sky was still clear. The clouds had not yet gathered. Only Elijah could hear it. And like Elijah, you hear what others cannot. You feel heaven's vibration before it touches earth. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is sight. It is your spiritual radar tuned to frequencies most are deaf to. That's why your heart races before conflict enters a room. That's why your spirit grows restless before betrayal is revealed. That's why your body trembles in atmospheres where darkness hides. Storms are warnings, but also invitations. Invitations to prepare, to intercede, to stand in the gap. When you sense the storm, heaven is not trying to scare you, it is activating you. You may remember moments when you woke up heavy for no reason. Tears filled your eyes without explanation. Your spirit groaned, but you didn't know why. You were feeling the shifting winds before they turned. You were touching spiritual currents others cannot perceive. Do not despise this gift. It sets you apart. It confirms your calling, but I know the weight of it. Because storms are loud inside, even when the world looks calm. You speak, but they do not believe you. You warn, but they call you dramatic. You feel, but they dismiss your tears. Yet Jesus said in John 16:13, "When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all truth." The Spirit whispers before the storm so you can be anchored when it breaks. The Spirit reveals what others miss so that you may lead when others are lost. Your discernment is not paranoia. It is preparation. The storm is not there to drown you, but to reveal what is unshakable within you. Think of Noah. Before a drop of rain fell, he was building, mocked, misunderstood, laughed at. But he had heard the sound before it came, and his obedience preserved generations. What you build in obedience during silence will sustain you in the storm. So the next time you feel weight in your chest, pause. When your spirit trembles without reason, listen. When heaviness fills the air, don't dismiss it. Heaven is alerting you. You are not broken. You are a vessel carrying divine sensitivity. And storms never last forever. They come to wash, to cleanse, to shift the atmosphere. After the rain, the ground is softer. After the storm, the air is clearer. After the shaking, the seed has room to grow. and you have been called to feel it first, but storms are only the beginning, the training ground of your sight. If you can trust the unseen winds, you will also be prepared for desert visions, where silence will be louder than thunder, and fire will appear in what others call empty. Before we walk there, let me ask you, have you ever felt misunderstood because of what you sensed? If this word confirms your spirit, pause now and type, "I see the unseen" in the comments. That act is not for the algorithm. It is your declaration of alignment. Storms will not break you. They awaken you. They are proof that your spirit is alive, and they are only preparing you for what comes next. Because after the storm comes the wilderness, and in the wilderness, your vision will sharpen even more. Get ready. The desert is calling. Storms awaken your senses, but deserts sharpen your eyes. The storm teaches you to feel the shift. The desert teaches you to see the flame in barren places. You have walked through dry seasons, prayers echoing back in silence, doors locked, companionship vanished, loneliness wrapping you like a heavy cloak, and you wondered, "God, have you forgotten me?" But hear this truth. The desert is not abandonment, it is appointment. The wilderness is not punishment, it is preparation. Think of Moses. He was not called in Pharaoh's palace, not anointed in the noise of the crowd. He was called in the silence of the wilderness. There he saw the bush burning but not consumed. Exodus 3:2. In emptiness, heaven opened his eyes to a vision no one else could see. And you too have been led into your own desert. Not because you were rejected, but preserved. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were being sharpened. The silence you hated was the soil where your sight matured. Do you see it now? When the world stripped distractions, your spirit tuned to the invisible. When you lost what you thought you needed, your inner eyes adjusted to see the flame that never dies. Like Moses, you are being positioned for an encounter that shifts destiny. The desert is the proving ground of vision. It trains your eyes to notice the sacred in the ordinary. It reveals God in unexpected ways. It is where the unseen becomes undeniable. Do not despise your wilderness. It has kept you. It has formed you. It has hidden you from battles you were not yet ready to fight. It shielded you from voices that could have crushed your fragile gift. You are not lost in the desert. You are planted there, hidden like a seed beneath dry ground, waiting for the appointed season to break forth. And when you rise, you will not rise as you entered. You will rise refined, with sight, with authority. Think of Jesus. Before he stepped into ministry, he was led into the wilderness. Matthew 4:1. 40 days of hunger, 40 days of solitude, 40 days where vision was tested and calling confronted. But when he emerged, he came out in power, and so will you. The desert may have felt endless, the silence cruel, but in that stillness, your ears became attuned to whispers. In that emptiness, your eyes began to see realms others pass by without noticing. You were not abandoned, you were entrusted. Look again at your wilderness. Can you see the flames flickering in what others call barren? Can you hear the whisper in what others call silence? Your desert has been holy ground all along. The place that felt like exile has become your altar of encounter. But this is only the beginning. Deserts sharpen vision, but mountains expand horizons, and you are about to ascend higher. Pause here with me. If this resonates, type, "My wilderness is holy ground," in the comments. Not as routine, but as faith. As recognition that what you endured was never wasted. Your wilderness has been shaping you in secret. But soon, the secret will be revealed. The silence will give way to proclamation. The hidden vision will become a mountain view. Are you ready to climb? Because what you've seen in the desert is nothing compared to what you'll see from the mountain. The desert sharpened your sight, but the mountain will stretch your vision. From the wilderness, you saw the flame. From the mountain, you will see horizons others cannot imagine. There is a reason you feel higher, a reason you sense things before they happen. You have been placed as a watchman, set apart on the mountain while others remain in the valley. Habakkuk declared, I will stand at my watch and station myself on the ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me. Habakkuk 2:1. He positioned himself above the noise to hear clearly. That is you. Heaven pulled you higher so your vision would not be polluted by the crowd. You've wondered why people don't see what you see, why they dismiss warnings, why they laugh at dangers you feel pressing near. It is because they are in the valley, their perspective limited. But you have been lifted to higher ground, and from this place your sight pierces further. The mountain is lonely, yes, but it is also holy. It is where prophets went to hear the voice of God, where Jesus prayed through the night, where Moses received the law in clouds and fire, where Elijah heard the whisper after the storm. Mountains separate you. They strip distractions. They expose you to winds others cannot endure, but they also give clarity few will ever touch. Do not despise the loneliness of your mountain. It is proof you've been entrusted as a watcher. Watchers see danger before others notice. They discern wolves before they reach the flock. They feel shifts in the atmosphere before they touch the valley. This is why your warnings are not always welcomed. When you sound the alarm, people call you intense. When you raise your voice, they say you exaggerate. But what they call exaggeration, heaven calls foresight. What they call paranoia, heaven calls prophetic sight. Do not doubt your clarity. The very resistance you face is proof that your sight is piercing the veil. Look at the watchmen of old. Isaiah cried, Watchmen, what is left of the night? Isaiah 21:11. They knew someone on the wall could see further. Someone could discern if dawn was coming or darkness advancing. That is you now, the voice standing between heaven and earth. Your mountain calling is heavy, but holy. When you look down, you see chaos. When you look out, storms forming. But when you look up, you see the glory of the one who placed you there. Do not bow to the valley voices. They may mock, they may reject, they may dismiss. But heaven honors you, heaven trusts you. Heaven positioned you where others cannot stand. And this positioning is not only about warning, it is about alignment. It is about protecting what is sacred. It is about seeing the treasure hidden not in the valley, but in the oil within you. Your mountain vision is not only for what lies ahead, it is for what lies within. The oil you carry, the anointing that flows in you, is about to be revealed. Pause here. If this resonates, type, I am on the mountain in the comments. Declare it as identity, not routine, because watchers do not hide their post, they declare their position. The desert gave you sight. The mountain gave perspective. But what flows within you, the hidden oil, is about to change everything. From the mountain to the oil, from vision to anointing, from sight to power. Are you ready? Because what is hidden in you explains why the warfare has been so intense. Storms awaken you. The desert sharpens you. The mountain positions you. But what truly marks you is the oil within, the hidden anointing, the treasure the enemy has tried so hard to crush. You've felt the pressure, haven't you? The weight of battles that made no sense, the intensity of attacks that seemed too great for your small corner of life. You've wondered, why me? Why does it feel like everything presses against me? It is because you carry oil, and oil only flows when the olive is crushed. Do you remember Gethsemane? The very name means the place of pressing. It was there that Jesus prayed until his sweat became like blood. The crushing was necessary. From it came redemption. And in the same way, your pressing has not been pointless. It has been preparation for the release of what's within. Psalm 23:5 says, You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. This anointing is not only symbolic, it is power. It is protection. It is purpose. When the oil flows, yokes break, chains fall, darkness trembles. And this is why you've been opposed. Not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous. You've mistaken attacks for punishment. But they have always been confirmation. The crushing of your heart, the betrayal of friends, the loneliness that pierced your nights, all of it was pressing. and every press was releasing more of the hidden oil within you. Think of David. Before he sat on a throne, Samuel poured oil on his head. 1 Samuel 16:13. The Spirit came upon him with power, but what followed? Warfare. Spears from Saul, years in caves, battles that seemed unfair. Yet through it all, the oil marked him, and no man could take what heaven had sealed. Your enemies are not after you, they are after your oil, but they cannot touch what God Himself has placed within. They may press, they may try to break you, but the more they press, the more oil flows. The anointing on your life explains why you've survived what killed others. Though crushed, you were not destroyed. Though pressed, you did not collapse. Though betrayed, you did not lose your heart. Because the oil preserved you. It sustained you. It is your identity. But hear me carefully. Oil is not meant to stay hidden forever. It will be revealed. It will flow. It will mark the atmosphere around you. And when it does, you will understand why your story has been so costly. Isaiah 61:1 declares, "The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, and release from darkness for the prisoners." This is not just about prophets and kings of old. This is about you. You were crushed so that others might be healed, pressed so that others might be freed, broken so that oil could flow from your life into those still bound. This is why your battles have been relentless. Hell does not waste energy on the ordinary. It wars against the anointed. It rages against the marked. It fears the oil. But listen to me. Your oil is not weakness. It is your weapon, the very thing that makes you unstoppable. Pause here. If you feel this pressing in your soul, type, "My oil is my weapon," in the comments. Let that declaration seal what the Spirit is stirring. Not routine, but a public claim of your anointing. The oil explains your storms, your deserts, your mountains. It explains the attacks, the loneliness, the strange weight you've carried. It explains why you cannot blend into the crowd. You are marked, you are sealed. But there is still one more fire to walk through. Because the oil flows? Yes, but fire reveals. And when the fire comes, it will test everything around you, leaving only what is pure. Are you ready for the fire? Because it is not coming to destroy you. It is coming to expose the gold within you. The oil flows when pressed, but fire reveals what the oil was always meant to ignite. The storm awakens you. The desert sharpens you. The mountain positions you. The oil marks you. But the fire transforms you. You have felt flames licking at your soul, trials burning hotter than you thought you could endure, losses that seared your heart, betrayals that scorched your trust, nights where it seemed everything you built turned to ashes. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still chosen. Do you see the truth? The fire did not consume you. It revealed you. Zechariah wrote, "I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name, and I will answer them." Zechariah 13:9. Refining fire is not punishment, it is purification. Flames strip away what is temporary, leaving only what is eternal. You are like gold. Gold cannot be destroyed by fire. It only shines brighter when tested. Your fiery seasons prove your essence cannot be erased. Yes, you wept. Yes, you felt pain. But the fire exposed the unshakable truth. You are chosen, and nothing can undo that. Think of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, thrown into the furnace, bound and condemned. Yet the king saw 4 men walking in the flames, unharmed, with a fourth figure like the Son of God. Daniel 3:25. The fire has always carried God's presence with you. That's why you didn't break. That's why flames that destroyed others became the place where you walked free. I know it hurt. I know the losses felt unbearable. But the ashes left behind are not wasted. Isaiah 61:3 promises, "Beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Your ashes are about to be exchanged. Your mourning turned to dancing. The fire has positioned you for glory. Do you realize it now? The same fire that felt destructive was actually revealing the gold within you. It burned away false identities others placed on you. It consumed chains of fear and rejection. It exposed the treasure you always carried. That is why you've walked through what others could not. Because heaven was determined to reveal what could no longer be hidden. Pause here with me. If this word is striking your soul, type, "I am refined by fire" in the comments. Not as routine, but as faith. Sealing what the Spirit has already accomplished in you. The fire has revealed that you are not ordinary, not fragile glass. You are unbreakable gold, purified, prepared, preserved. And what comes next will make sense of it all. Storms awakened your senses. The desert sharpened your vision. The mountains stretched your perspective. The oil marked your anointing. The fire revealed your purity. But there is still one more unveiling. The final revelation that explains why you have been walking in realms unseen. The last key that ties together every storm, every wilderness, every battle, every flame. Are you ready? Because the greatest truth has been waiting for this moment. And when you hear it, everything you've endured will finally align. Now we arrive at the unveiling. The storm awakened you. The desert sharpened you. The mountain positioned you. The oil marked you. The fire revealed you. And now heaven whispers the last truth, the one most overlooked. You did not survive by accident. You did not endure just to tell stories of pain. You were kept because you are a gatekeeper between realms. You walk where others cannot. You perceive what others deny. And your life is proof that heaven has touched earth. Your isolation was not rejection, it was preservation. Your losses were not punishment, they were preparation. Your tears were not wasted, they watered the hidden seed. The final revelation is this: your survival was never random. It was a sign that destiny is alive in you. You see realms others cannot because you are called to guide them when the veil lifts. You feel the unseen because you were entrusted to discern what the crowd will miss. You carry heaven's frequency, tuned to sounds beyond the natural. And hear me, your gift is not a burden, it is a mantle. Your sight is not madness, it is evidence of your assignment. You are not too much. You are precisely enough for the mission you were born for. Lift your head, square your shoulders, walk with authority. Every storm, every wilderness, every fire shaped you for this moment. Repeat these words after me. I am chosen, I am awake. I see what others cannot see, and I will not fear my gift. Let this settle deep. You are walking in realms unseen because heaven trusted you with this path. And as you walk, you are not alone. Angels surround you. The Spirit within guides you. The Father's hand upholds you. Let us seal this moment in prayer. Father, I lift every listener under the sound of this word. Sharpen their vision, strengthen their spirit, cover them with your protection, and let the oil within them flow without fear. Turn their ashes to beauty, turn their mourning to joy, and let them walk in alignment with the destiny you ordained. If this word resonated, declare it in the comments. I am chosen, not as routine, but as agreement with heaven. Like this message, not as habit, but as an act of faith. Subscribe as a declaration that you will continue walking in divine confirmation. And share this word so others may awaken to their gift. This is your hour. The unseen realms are open before you. Walk boldly. Walk faithfully. Walk as who you are, chosen.